This is page 54. We are continuing on with standard EE5 with real world algebraic expressions. So on this particular example, we're going to be writing Marcy bought a box of markers for $B, comma, a bag that cost twice as much as the box of markers, comma, and a pen that cost $6 less than the bag, period. You need to write the cost of the pen in terms of B. Write the cost of the pen in terms of B. And if you remember the in terms of B, we talked about in terms of G, in terms of M. That's just whatever variable you're using. In other words, you don't actually know the answer. You are just writing an algebraic expression because you can't get an answer because they don't tell you what B is. So the first thing you need to do is kind of go through it step by step and write down what each thing cost. So we had a box of markers, and that was $B. So let's write that down. Markers is going to equal $B. We don't know what that is, and that bothers you because you want to know, but you don't. You just know it's $B because it's in terms of B. That's how we have to write it, using the variable B. What else do we have? We have a bag. So the bag cost, here's our clue, twice as much as the box of markers. So twice as much should tell us that we're timesing it by 2. What are we timesing by 2? We're timesing the markers by 2. So again, look at what the markers cost. The markers cost $B. So how would we take that times 2? 2 times B, right? How do we write 2 times B? We would just write 2B. Or sometimes you want to write 2 times B dollars. Most often you're going to see it like this, where the 2B is next to each other for multiplying. And then the last thing that I buy is a pen, and that costs 6 less than the bag. So what does this mean, 6 less than the bag? Less than would mean like we need to subtract here. Subtract from the bag. So this is the pen. How do I subtract 6 from the bag? Well, you have to look back up, what does the bag cost? We said that the bag was $2B. So if the bag's 2B and then we have 6 less than that, we have to subtract 6 from it. And you could say that the pen is going to cost 2B minus $6. No idea what that means, but that's your algebraic expression in terms of B. 2B minus $6. I'm sorry, I don't know if I just said plus, but it'd be minus. Okay, so I want you to defend your answer. Defend here. Defend your answer. Why do I have 2B? Why do I have minus 6? I want you to defend why you're doing this for the pen. So you could say, I'm going to change colors here. The pen was 2B minus $6. BC in my notes stands for because. The markers were $B. We had to use the markers so that we could figure out what the bag was. The bag was 2 times B, or twice as much, because it said twice as much. So the bag was $2B. Again, BC in my notes because it said twice as much, which means to multiply. And then we finally get to the pen. The pen was 6 less than the bag. So you have to take 2B and then subtract $6. So that's kind of your defense as to why was I subtracting, why was I multiplying? Well, you kind of have to go back into each step. You multiplied the markers and you had to subtract from the bag. So that's why it's 2B minus $6 for the pen. Your homework for this particular page, it's a half worksheet, even though I made it a full page. There's going to be 2 problems. Obviously, you need to solve and defend with complete sentences. Why do I want you to solve and defend? Just like I did there, I solved what the pen was, and then I defended why I subtracted, why I multiplied. And that's what you need to do.